there's almost these two different narratives that we have about our 20s. One narrative is it's your 20s, it's for exploration, like, you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
And the other narrative is actually your 20s is for building up some kind of structure and for getting ahead in your career and for starting to grow your income, because by the time you're in your 30s and you settle down and start having kids, you'll be really glad that you actually grinded in your 20s, which unlocks more freedom and more autonomy and more like ability to spend time with your kids. Whereas if you screwed around in your 20s, now you're 30 and working in an entry-level job and getting home at 8 p.m. and unable to spend time with your kids because you haven't got enough money kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And both of those seem fairly compelling to me. Like,
I know it's hard, right?
How do you think about this?
So I think that you can have both. And I know it's really hard to say that, but you know, I had a 9-to-5 job up until very recently. And I think that we have this because I get both, right? Because I get the idea of being like, I want to ensure my future is one that is secure and all of those things, but then I also want to have fun. And it's such a self-limiting belief to think that it's an either, it's kind of black and white, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like either you choose this path or you choose the other. There are so many moments in the day that are yours to create and yours to make good and for you to create memories in those. And you can pursue financial security, you can pursue the beginnings of a very fruitful career while still allowing yourself time to take risks, still allowing yourself time to go and explore and to travel. And I think it's all about this balance and also consistency. So I'm going to give a personal anecdote here because I really can only speak to my experience, but I finished uni, I went straight into consulting, which I feel like a lot of people do, right? Consulting was this very broad stroke career idea. It was very structured. I was like, I can do this. And for a while there, I was like, all right, this is the path that we've chosen. I'm going to start saving money. I want a house by the time I'm 27 so that I can set up for my future. And I did that for a while, but at the same time, I was doing my podcast, right, on the side. And I was using some of those extra hours that we get in a day to feed into my creativity and to take a bit of a risk and do something that I enjoyed. And slowly but surely that actually begun to overtake the 9-to-5. So it's about achieving balance by allowing yourself time to pursue the other things. If you've decided that your 9-to-5 or your career is your main focus, where does your life fit in with that? And when I say life, I mean like the important things about life. I mean, where do your friends sit in? Where do your memories sit in? Where does your family sit in? Where does love sit in? Where does all those beautiful, joyful things fit into that equation? Or if you're someone who is like, I'm going to go and travel, I'm going to go and experience the world, I think you got to understand that at some point there will be some responsibilities that are going to come up that might jeopardize that. You don't need to think about them now, but just have like a vague idea of what that is and maybe do some things in that time around your traveling to set up for the future. Like go and get a diploma or make a tangible investment in your future self. So maybe that's setting up some kind of, I don't know, I don't do investing. So I'm not going to give financial advice, but maybe like set up a portfolio or something like that, or invest in your education or invest in some kind of unique skill that you can bring to the table that when you decide maybe it's time to settle down, you have that to fall back on, right? I think it's this balance. You don't have to choose one or the other and that's it for the rest of your life.
Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, then click here for the full unedited episode. And if you like that, then do please consider subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.